Hey there, today I wanted to share with you a little something really cool in tech, specifically about deploying and managing Azure IaaS Active Directory domain controllers, those important parts for keeping our systems secure and manageable. First off, let's set the scene. Picture a company looking to juggle its on-premises systems with cloud-based services. Now, these folks want something called hybrid cloud management, where they can maintain control without having to compromise on security or efficiency. That's where Azure comes into the picture, offering this neat little service called IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service, where you get virtual servers right out of the box, without the headache of configuring all that heavy lifting. When it comes to Active Directory domain controllers, they are essentially the gatekeepers for identity and device access control. Deploying them in Azure aligns with the best practices by centralizing and securing resource access, and it's a savvy move for any C-level executive. We kick things off by scoping the architecture, understanding where these DCs are a crucial component. As senior cloud architects or IT heads, you've got to plan it out, think scalability, network security, and compliance, all while maintaining seamless integration with the existing on-premises setup. Moving on, setting up a secure connection between your on-premises AD and Azure is the next frontier. We'll get into using Azure ExpressRoute and VPN gateway to create a foolproof, secure tunnel. This ensures data remains confidential as it travels to and fro, protecting your enterprise from any vulnerabilities out in the open internets. Now, on the software side, we have to get our hands dirty in Azure, provisioning resources through the portal or using Azure PowerShell or CLI. The goal is to create the perfect environment for these domain controllers to reside and operate effectively, with everything from network settings to DNS configurations tailored to our unique needs. Before we deploy, a bit of planning with Azure blueprints can ensure we don't skimp on policy compliance and management. We want things to run smooth without bumps along the way. Once up and running, here's where the expertise really shows. We'll tackle the nitty-gritty of configuring and monitoring the health of our domain controllers using Azure Monitor and Azure Policy. Understanding logs and setting up automation scripts for routine tasks can save hours of time and prevent potential headaches. Now imagine a hiccup occurs, some connection issue or a faulty update rollout. Troubleshooting becomes the focus. We dip into Azure Service Health and apply a detective's eye, sifting through event logs, user complaints, and system behavior to pinpoint the issue and apply the necessary patch or manual intervention. But let's not just slap on an emergency patch, prevention is key. We are talking about setting up regular maintenance, security assessments, and compliance checkups. It's like giving your AD infrastructure a heart-to-heart, ensuring it's performing at its best and keeping up with the evolving tech landscape. So, we've got architecture, deployment, configuration, monitoring, troubleshooting, and best practices. Each part a crucial ingredient in this tech recipe, blending perfectly into a robust Azure Active Directory domain controllers setup. It's all about security, efficiency, and maintainability. That's the goal here. Keep your network tight, your data secure, and your environment always ready for whatever comes next while seamlessly blending with your on-premises ecosystem. I believe that if you can handle a conversation, you can grasp these concepts easily. You with me and we'll navigate through this together, demystifying the complexities of Azure IaaS and turning that tech jargon into a clear roadmap for deployment and management. It's not just about understanding the present setup, but also future-proofing, ensuring your company stays ahead of the game. So next time when you are up for a project or facing a challenge with AD domain controllers in Azure, remember this guide as your go-to companion. Feel the power at your fingertips. With knowledge like this, you are not just deploying tech, you are revolutionizing your IT environment, one domain controller at a time. For deeper dives, to stay on top of the latest Azure trends and strategies, visit neeraj.qzz.io. You can subscribe to TechLab to dive into even more insights and tutorials straight into your inbox. Until next time, keep exploring and expanding your technical horizons. The role of the Active Directory Domain Controller in Azure IaaS is to manage users' identities and enforce security policies across an organization's hybrid infrastructure. In Azure's Infrastructure as a Service model, DCs are offered as virtual resources, providing organizations the flexibility to leverage virtualized infrastructure while maintaining robust identity and access management. Azure IaaS presents a compelling option for cloud services that demand high levels of security and manageability for hybrid systems, aligning the on-premises Active Directory components with cloud resources securely and seamlessly. Deploying DCs in Azure IaaS ensures a cohesive control environment by serving as the focal point for identity authentication across the company's network, effectively extending its perimeter into the cloud. In Azure IaaS, DCs support authentication mechanisms that work hand-in-hand with VPN gateways and ExpressRoute connections, facilitating an encrypted communication channel between on-premises systems and cloud services. Azure Monitor coupled with Azure Policy enables continuous monitoring and enforcement of security postures, ensuring that DCs function optimally and conform to organizational policies. For AD domain controllers in Azure, the process of deployment and management mirrors standard best practices yet benefits from Azure's scalability and global presence. IT professionals must integrate network configurations, DNS settings, and virtual network requirements in Azure's ecosystem, considering these settings vital for DC's operations. Azure PowerShell scripts or the browser-based portal provide powerful command-line interfaces or graphical UIs to implement and manipulate DC configurations. Using Azure Blueprints for initial design and automation supports compliances, ensuring that DC deployments meet organizational, regulatory standards. Troubleshooting DCs in Azure follows methodology similar to that within on-premises environments, with Azure Service Health and Log Analytics becoming essential tools. Understanding the logs and user reports to identify and resolve issues is coupled with routine maintenance and proactive monitoring strategies, reinforcing a reliable, secure AD domain controller environment. Maintaining best practices extends beyond mere deployment, emphasizing the need for regular software updates, security assessments, and refreshing policies within Azure to stay attuned to the latest threats and compliance mandates. This guide encapsulates deploying and managing Active Directory domain controllers within Azure IaaS, encompassing the significance of secure linkages, performance settings, and consistent compliance. By mastering Azure IaaS DC management, organizations can enjoy uninterrupted, efficient identity management across hybrid infrastructures, reinforcing a robust technical foundation essential for future growth. For more in-depth information on deploying and managing Azure IaaS Active Directory domain controllers, along with best practices and Azure-specific nuances, please visit neeraj.qzz.io. You can subscribe to TechLab for ongoing tutorials and expert insights directly in your inbox, ensuring you stay informed and empowered in the ever-evolving world of cloud technology and security. Visit neeraj.qzz.io and subscribe to TechLab.